Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VI, and now we are flying to a very specific place because I want to show you the Chimera, what it looks like. Basically, if you want to run into the Chimera, you have to come down here. No, that's not where I want to go. Where's where I'm looking for? Here it is. Is it? No. Okay, I always get lost. Stop getting lost, you idiot. It's up there. I always go to the wrong stupid place. If you want to run into the Chimera, you have to come here, so I guess I'll just show you one. Oh, something else I want to show you is that I actually sold a lot of our equipment. I'll show you the one you want to keep. You want to keep the Thief Knife, the Blizzard, Flame Saber. Keep that, I guess, I don't know. Keep the Epee, Thunderblade, Rune Edge, I guess, Mithril Pike. You want to keep the Fire Knuckle as well. And then you want to keep this kind of, the good armor, okay? But stuff like bucklers, heavy shields, iron helmets, things like that, and like all the crappy swords and things that they used to have, you can sell them, but keep those ones, okay? I'll meet you when I run into a Chimera. You can run into them in the woods. Or else you can run into them, well no, that's not them. Yeah, there is a town here, but you can't do anything here there yet, so I'll show you these enemies later, actually. Okay, here's a Chimera. This is what they look like. Okay, let's just start with preemptive attack, that's good. Let's use Aspect, because that deals really, when it does Gigavolt, it does really good damage. Let's do the Dispatch, jump with Maul, we might as well, and do an Ice 2. I'll show you all the spells that Terra learned, that I taught Terra off screen, in a minute. That should do it. Not that difficult. Try to run into it. There's only one formation. And it's a very, very, very good raid. You'll be using it all the time. So let's just get back on our airship. And I want to show you a very, very good trick. First I want to show you all the magic that Terra learned off screen. Because if you're teaching magic, there are two ways I'd recommend doing it. The first thing to do is... Well, first let's show you what she knows, what I taught her. I taught her all the things that Ramuh knows, so Bolt 2 and Poison, because she hasn't, like, learned them like Celis has. I didn't teach her Kirin. I taught her Muddle, Imp, and Float. Muddle is the one you want. I didn't teach her Siren for a good reason that I'll show you later. I taught her Fire... Well, no, I taught her... Where did I teach her Cure 2 from? I taught her... Oh, I taught her everything on Golem, because that's important. Rasp and Osmos. Rasp is a definite priority. You want to teach Rasp. And you want to teach all of the number 2 spells. Shout is a great one as well, because Bio... Well, no, I taught her Shout for a specific reason, because I wanted her to know Doom. And she knows all of the other ones, okay? They're the ones that I taught her. But the ones that are a priority are Fire, Ice, and Light, and Bolt 2. And Rasp, definitely. And the ones that Seraphim knows, she hasn't learned them yet, but she's learned, like, Cure 2, and that's the most important one. So what I'd do is, if there are rages you want to learn, bring Terra and teach her the magic there. Because even though enemies on the Felt don't give experience, they give magic points. So it's a great place. I love doing it there, because you might as well gain magic points while you're looking for rages for an hour or whatever. And you might, and like, as well you don't get over leveled, which is good. Now this is a triangular island up in the northern part of the map. And this is the other method that you can use. Well, I better save, actually, in case I die. Yeah, against those really bad enemies, the first ones we saw in the game, well, the second lot of enemies we saw in the game. This is why I taught Terra Doom, because I want to show you something. Well, no, as well, what I want to do is I'll equip Siren on her. Now, see the way Sleep is times 10, Mute is times 8, Slow is times 7. So for every magic point we get, that goes up by that amount of percent. Let's put that on her. Now, normally this would take a while. You'd have to fight a good few battles. But there's an enemy here that you can meet up with on this island called Intangier, which is one of the rages that I got. And I'll skip to when I meet up with it. Here is the Intangier. And where is it? Oh, preemptive attack. Where is it? Well, you can't see it because it has vanish status when you enter the battle with it. Now, there's a bug in this game whereby anything that has vanish status cannot be hit by any physical attack, but every single magic attack will have 100% accuracy while you're in vanish status, and when hit by it, you will get, your vanish status will go away. So the easiest way to kill this thing, you would think, is to cast Doom on it with Terra. So let's give that a go. Come on Terra, hurry up, and here we go. You'll get to see what this thing looks like actually once it gets unvanished. And there it is, it looks like a behemoth. Now it's going to counterattack Terra with Meteo and probably kill her. There we go. Now isn't that handy? And you get nothing, apparently. Because Terra was the only one equipped with an Esper and she died. I'm going to heal her up, and I'm going to show you the right way to fight in Tangier, and why you want to fight it. Here is another in Tangier, and I'll show you the right way to fight it. The right way to fight the Intangier is to use Gao's Rodox Rage. Because, I think I explained to you before, the snare actually prevents them doing their dash counterattack. So they won't be able to, he won't use Meteo after you kill it. And you get 10 magic points. So that means that Terra learns Sleep. And, because that was times 10. And she has 80% on Mute, 7% on Slow. Now that makes learning things like Cure 2, learning things like Fire 2, Ice 2, Bolt 2 that have low percentages a lot more quickly. I usually go to the Felt first because I figure you might as well kill 2 birds with 1 stone. But one, as in looking for rages and gaining magic points. So that's what I like to do first. Is go to the Felt, and when I've gotten the rages I want, I usually come there and I do the Intangier trick. They're quite rare, you won't run into them all the time. The Intangier is the other rage that I ran into, and that I've got, and you want to pick that up. Well, you don't want to. Well, you do for a certain reason later on. Now this is where you want to come, but it's not actually a useful rage. It's useful for something very specific. It's useful for the same reason we wanted to run into the Chaser and the Trapper earlier. This is where we want to come because that's the Imperial Base, and I'm just going to get the team. I'm going to show you what I'm going to equip my team with. I'm sorry if this video is short, turns out short, but let's just unequip all members. I'm going to show you the team I like to bring to this next area. Oh look, there's Edgar and Sabin at the blackjack table with Setzer. We can't be smug, we must be thinking of our strategy. Yes, now this is who I like to bring. You have to bring Terra, okay? You have to. They won't let you do the next area without Terra. I like to bring Locke, for a reason I'll explain in the next video. I like to bring Edgar because his drill is really useful in this next area, and plus, he's really bulky anyway. And I like to bring Sabin, because a lot of the enemies in this next area are weak to Pearl Elemental or Holy Elemental, and the only character we have at the moment that can use the Pearl Element is Sabin with his Aura Bolt, so that's why I like to bring him. Now I'm going to show you the equips. Sorry if this is boring, but this is just kind of a preparation video. I'm going to equip her with earrings. I'm going to equip him with the Hero Ring, and he might as well take the Sprint Shoes. We're not going to, well no, he might as well take the Dragoon Boots, because if he's doing an attack he might as well jump. Genji Glove, and we're going to give him the Sprint Shoes for the moment because Black Belt doesn't matter. Yeah, well, I'll show you that later. And I'm going to equip Sabin with the earrings. And then weapons. I like to equip her with the Morning Star. You could equip her with the Thunderblade or the Flame Saber, whatever, for the Thunderblade or Flame Saber for the extra magic power. I like to equip her with the Morning Star because it's just handy for finishing off enemies, for dealing that last little bit of damage that you need to deal. Head, I give her the Magus Hat for the magic power, and body, we'll give her the white dress for the magic power. It's just that, like, if you look at the gold armor, it'll give her like a couple of extra points of defense and stuff, but I seriously think the 5 extra magic power is well worth the less defense. You want to give him his Mithril Pike, and you want to give him his Mithril Shield, and you want to give him Green Berets are far better. You can buy Mithril Mail or something, is it? Like, no, gold armor. You can buy gold helmets, but they're really expensive, and they only offer 1 or 2 extra points of defense, whereas the Green Beret will give you far more HP, so that's more worth it. Locke, I want to give him the 2 Hawkeyes, the Power Sash, and the Green Beret. And Sabin, what we're going to do is give him a Fire Knuckle, because that gives him, I'll show you now, it gives him extra battle power anyway. Give him the Mithril Shield, the Tiger Mask. There's a case for having the Green Beret instead, but Sabin's defense is so bad that I think if you have the Tiger Mask, give it to him because it gives him extra speed and things like that. And give him the Power Sash because it gives loads of defense, definitely, as well as extra speed and things. So these are all my equips. In the next video, I'm sorry if this one's short, but I wanted to show you that Intangier trick. We're going to be going through with Bannon's plan. And we're going to take on the Imperial Base. We're going to try and get to the Sealed Gate and try and get the Espers on our side. I'm sure we'll come up against some stiff opposition from the Empire trying to get into their base. But we'll just have to see what happens in the next part. So I guess I'll see you next time, and let's play Final Fantasy VI.